This is Jonathan Aguilar here for Pro Boxing Fans, joined by Top Rank's Bob Arum here for Tyson Fury's return against Derek Chisora. Bob, I remember you missed the Dillian Whyte fight. You couldn't make it, so
COVID.
Yeah, so how does it feel to be here for this one?
Absolutely great, you know. It really killed me because a lot of my friends from the States came over to watch that fight with Dillian Whyte, and they said it was one of the great experiences of their lives, you know, attending that fight.
Obviously, a lot of people had that as more of a closer fight than going into this fight. What would you say to those people who aren't giving Chisora much of a chance?
Well, they're crazy. I mean, I give Chisora a big chance. I mean, I remember him fighting my friend Alexander Usyk, and that was life or death, you know, for Usyk. And look what happened with Usyk. Look how he handled Joshua. So, no, I think this is a very, very competitive fight.
When Tyson Fury announced his retirement in April, did you believe that he would come back?
Of course not. I've been around this business for almost 60 years, and there are certain fighters that once a big fight is over, they can't wait to announce their retirement, but you give them a few weeks and they change their mind. They love the sport and they love competing.
And, you know, we hear that Usyk may be at ringside on Saturday night. Is there a deal in place for that fight to happen should Tyson win?
Yeah, I mean, we all want to make that fight. Tyson, myself, Frank Warren, George Warren, the Usyk people. So we didn't want to start negotiations prior to this fight, December 3rd. But on Monday, we'll hit the ground running, and we'll get that fight done, hopefully, within the next 2 weeks.
This fight is here on BT Sport box office. Obviously, it's on ESPN in the US, but here, obviously, the criticism has been of the $26.95 price. How well do you think this does on pay-per-view?
I think it does well. I think there's nothing like the UK fight fans, and they know they're going to see a really interesting fight, an interesting card, and that's what people want. They want the entertainment. It's certainly, you know, that price is certainly a lot less than it is in the United States for pay-per-view.
Certainly is. Eddie Hearn, I spoke to him last week. He believes that this fight does between 200 and 300,000 pay-per-view buys.
Eddie Hearn doesn't know crap. I mean, you know, Eddie Hearn is like a joke in the United States. I mean, he puts his nose in everybody's business, and he doesn't know what he's talking about. You know, he should spend his time promoting his fighters in the United States and in the UK instead of worried about everybody else.
How do you feel he's done this year? He's started with DAZN pay-per-view with some big fights in the US. How do you feel he's done?
Terrible, because he's not a real promoter. He comes in a few days before a fight and nobody pays attention, and you know, he's had this huge budget from DAZN, and all he's done is step on his own tie.
What could he do better then, in your opinion?
Oh, come on. And now any decent promoter in the United States could do better than Eddie Hearn.
Okay, just moving on to a few things. Shakur Stevenson, what's the latest with him?
Well, he's going to fight the first quarter of next year, and we're talking about a top-flight opponent for him. Very few fighters are anxious to get in the ring with Shakur, but we'll find a really competitive fight for him.
I'm hearing that Josh Taylor, Jack Catterall is really close now. When do you expect an announcement, and where would that be? It was supposed
to be in February, but I think now it'll be probably in March.
Okay. And Janibek had a good win over Denzel Bentley, our guy who put in a great effort. What did you make of that, and who could Janibek fight next?
The English guy could really gave him a go. I mean, really, it was a very, very good, interesting fight. Janibek is terrific. and he'll be back in the ring shortly.
And finally, you've got Haney against Lomachenko. Is that close to being finalised?
Yes, we're looking for the site and the date, and we'll have an announcement shortly.
And the gods have spoken, Bob. You will be able to watch the America game on Saturday, 3 p.m. kickoff here in the UK in the World Cup. How do you think America are going to do?
I don't know. You know, I watched a couple of the game. I watched the game with Wales, and I watched the English game. I didn't see the Iran game. I was on a plane, but you know, I'm not a big soccer buff, but they're Americans and they're trying hard, and a bunch of young kids, and I wish them the best.
Is there any hope for England, in your opinion?
England are probably one of the best teams in the round of 16. Yeah, I think England can win it all.
That's all we like to hear. Bob, Arum, appreciate your time. Look forward to Saturday night.
Thank you.